And today we gather for a number of reasons. Yeah, one of which is today is our Merdeka Day, and on this day, our late teacher, Venerable Dr. K. Sri Dhammananda, Naika Hamdru, yeah, we used to call him in Sinhalese, passed away. So in a very subtle way, our late Chief Reverend attained his Merdeka as well. Because in actual fact, he hadn't been well for some time, and he was in hospital for, I think, almost 2 weeks before he passed away. Yeah, we did visit him, but on that day, we had a conference in the Buddhist Mahavihara. And as we were discussing, finding ways to improve ourselves and to progress, the news came from the hospital that he had passed away. Yeah, so we received the news as a community of Buddhist leaders. Yeah. And although we knew that that he wasn't well, yeah, still the news that he had passed on, yeah, affected us, yeah, in our gathering and in our discussion. So today, what I'd like to do, as a mark of respect, yeah, for our late teacher, yeah, I share with you these opinions, these ideas on the topic of gratitude. I hope you will receive it, accept it, yeah, in the spirit of Dhamma learning. Open up your mind, yeah, to it, because we can listen with our ear, but if we don't listen with our heart, yeah, we can't really learn. So we need to open up whatever learning capacity it is, yeah, in order to understand what is being shared. And today's topic is very relevant because the spirit of gratitude, yeah, I learned, yeah, is when you remember the people who have contributed to your progress, yeah, to your advancement, basically to your growing up, not our growing up in this life. So when we remember them, the feeling of gratitude, this mental state, yeah, it's not exactly, you won't find it in this group called Cetasika. Yeah, Cetasika are mental formations or arising with the mind, but they take the Cetasikas come together in specific groups to produce this mind state called gratitude. And so when we think, when we reflect, when we remember, the mind composes itself to feel grateful, to feel thankful. And this is a very, very sublime, actually. Yeah, it's a very wholesome state to bring up, yeah, in our minds and in our hearts. So today I have called it the quality that unlocks the fullness of our lives. Because in truth, if we do not have gratitude, if we don't call up gratitude, our life is not full. There's something missing. Yeah, it is only filled a little bit. But if we have gratitude, if we feel gratitude, if we thank the people and the situations that have lifted us, our lives actually become very, very full. Yeah, we don't feel as though we are missing something. We don't feel as though something else has to be acquired, has to be taken into our lives. We can just be complete. When this quality of gratitude is with us. So I hope to just talk a little bit, share my opinions on gratitude. And towards the last few minutes, I hope we can do some reflection together. Yeah, that means we can recite the words, and when these words become thoughts, it will stay in our minds if we constantly call up those thoughts. You know that thoughts, if we keep thinking these type of thoughts, eventually over a period of time becomes belief. So there are good beliefs and there are beliefs that are not so useful to us. In fact, there are beliefs that are unwholesome beliefs. But calling up gratitude allows us to go into a wholesome state, and therefore we will form wholesome beliefs. Yeah, and so words are important. I know that we have an emphasis on meditation, and when we do meditation, there are no words involved. But when we reflect, we are recalling. And those words, those ideas eventually will have an impact, will influence the way we look at ourselves and the way we look at the world. So what is this gratitude? I've spoken on gratitude, in fact, here in this hall a number of times, but I hope I can present it to you in a way that is a little bit different, yeah, and can spark a little bit more understanding, yeah, in all our minds. So the Pali word is katanyu. It sounds like a Malay word, but it is a very, very old Indian language. Katanyu. It means gratitude. So as I've said, it is a positive mental quality that comes from reflecting on the good things received in life. And for us here, it's very easy to remember and reflect on good things because we live in a country that is safe, that has enough for everyone, that allows us to work comfortably for what we want to use. And this is enough cause, enough reason for us to be grateful. It also allows us to reflect because we enjoy, we are so comfortable, we are not worried all the time on the goodness and contribution of others. Before I retired, some years back, I was teaching in a private university, and we had students from different parts of the world. So I had one student from the Middle East, and she was from a country that was at war. And she described one of her experiences in that the war came to her neighborhood. Bombs were falling on her neighbors, and she couldn't run. Because where was there to run to? You know, the whole area, yeah, was being attacked. And she said all she could do was crawl under the bed and pray that one of these bombs don't hit her house. Yeah, because that would be the end of her and her family. And lucky enough, she was fortunate that she was not affected. She managed to run away and she came to Malaysia, where she was able to study safely and comfortably. So she contrasted, yeah, in certain sessions in the class, she contrasted her experience back home, which was very dangerous, unsafe. Yeah, in fact, when the bombing ended, still they couldn't go out because people were shooting at them. So after the bombs came the bullets. So that kind of environment really doesn't make us feel safe, doesn't make us feel secure. We cannot do what we want to do. Yeah, she said, very hard to go out. Yeah, and find food even for the family. But here we can do it. In fact, the question we always ask during lunchtime, is not can I have lunch, but what am I going to eat for lunch? And then we discuss, because there are so many things to eat, that are around us, available to us. So when we are in this kind of environment, we have to be grateful. We have to be thankful for the peace and the security that we are enjoying. So we can be grateful, actually, we can be grateful quite easily. So gratitude actually comes from being truly thankful for what others have done for us and what we have received. So think back to all these things that we have received from other people, how other people have helped us, how they have supported us, and this gratitude should come from the heart out quite easily. I know we have lived through also some difficult times that are hard for us, but eventually, look, we have gotten through it. And we are now able to do what we want to do in a very comfortable way, easy way. So that is a good reason to be grateful. And I'll talk about the benefits of this. It anchors a person to the circle of existence with others. So you are grateful, we experience this gratitude together, we are together in this experience of gratitude. It makes us bond together. We are together in this time, in this experience. So you notice I put up there in the slide a picture of this little creature. Do you know what it is? It's a hermit crab. If you go to the beach often, you would have seen that. Some of them are very small, some of them are quite big. But the hermit crab essentially is a creature that should be very grateful. Why? Because it grows up without a shell. It doesn't have that shell. It is very, very vulnerable, very easy for other creatures to grab it and eat it. So what does the hermit crab do? It looks for a shell left over by another creature, another animal. So this animal presumably would have died because it is their shell. Then after a while, they die off and they decompose. And this little hermit crab comes along, finds this shell, and very quickly it goes inside. And it lives the rest of its life, if it's happy, in that shell. So this little creature is very grateful for the protection. It goes everywhere with this shell, looks for food, lives its life under this shell, protected by the shell. So we are like that. We are protected, in fact, by many good things, many good people. And we are also protected by the good karma that we have. We don't realize it. But not everybody can enjoy the life we are enjoying. So we are protected. There's a kind of a shield that follows us everywhere and actually protects us. So this is a good reason for us to be grateful. I'll share with you a saying. He wasn't Buddhist, but maybe he was, you never know. He was a Roman statesman, and he was also a philosopher. His name was Cicero. And he said, and when I found this, I thought it was so meaningful. I had to share this with everyone. Gratitude is not only the greatest of the virtues, but it is the parent of others. Meaning to say, if we can feel this gratitude, If we bring the gratitude out from inside of us, we can develop other virtues. But those people who have no gratitude, who don't feel grateful for what they have, they think that whatever they have is their right, must be given to them. This is, what they are owed. That means people owe it to them. So they don't feel thankful. They don't feel that they are fortunate. They are not able to develop other virtues because the block is no gratitude. Not having gratitude is a blockage, according to this great statesman who lived during the Roman times. He was a contemporary of Julius Caesar. And he also met the same ending as Julius Caesar, meaning he was assassinated. It could be that not everybody liked his good ideas and politically, and they assassinated him. But then again, we see what is gratitude and its companion virtues. In the Mangala Sutta, the Buddha described 4 qualities as being in a group. And these are reverence, humility, contentment, and gratitude. If you can chant it, garavo cha niwato cha. And santuti cha katanyutta. Katanyutta, you know this word is gratitude. But it comes in a group. And when practiced in a group, flowers, blooms in its full potential. So reverence is a wonderful quality. That means you pay respect to others. Its opposite is easy to see. It's arrogance. Very arrogant, very proud. Then there is humility. And if you are not humble, you are conceited. You think very highly of yourself. Then a person who is contented, he feels that everything is right in his life. And the opposite of contentment is actually not discontentment, it is fault finding. It is finding faults in everything around him or her. And this person, us, if we resort to fault finding, we will be very successful because there are many faults around us. But the strange thing is, the more successful this person is in finding faults, the less happy it becomes. You would think that if he is successful, he'll be happy. But because he is happy in finding faults, he becomes even more sad. Fault here, fault there. Oh, I'm sad. I'm more sad. And then he or she sometimes doesn't even understand why. Doesn't understand why they are not happy. So in this group comes our quality that we are discussing today, gratitude. And I would say, I hope you agree with me, the opposite of gratitude is not ingratitude. I would think the opposite of gratitude is thoughtlessness. You don't think about people. You don't think that they have worked for you. You know, some years ago, I was giving a talk in Subang Jaya. And I was talking about suffering. I felt the crowd could understand me. Suffering. So this young man stood up and he said, "Brother, I don't understand suffering." And I said, "Why?" He said, I'm only 20, okay? No physical suffering. I'm studying overseas, no financial suffering. And I can come back anytime I want. So there is no social suffering. I am enjoying myself. I am in good health. I don't understand what you are talking about. So I said, very good, very good. If I am here in 20 years' time, you come back and tell me the same thing. Yeah. When you're about 40, 45, then we can compare notes. But I actually didn't know whether I'll be around in 25, 20 years' time. But what he didn't know was, what he didn't reflect was, he is not suffering because his parents are suffering. He didn't even think about that. So this is what I call thoughtlessness. You don't think. You don't even consider that what you have is the result of other people's sacrifice. They have worked for you. So, as I told you, I was teaching in a university. It is not uncommon. It is quite a lot of these students that I have. They practice thoughtlessness. They don't really think, oh, I'm here because there are a few, not many, a few who don't come to class. Now I said, do you know that your parents are paying the expensive fees? Our university was not cheap. Are paying for you year after year or half yearly? He said, yeah. Then why don't you come to class? He cannot give me an answer. Yeah, these are things that the parents sacrifice for. But he didn't think. Therefore, it is thoughtlessness. No thinking, no considering, no worrying also. He doesn't understand. So I'm glad here thoughtlessness does not have a hold. It is not popular. Yeah. At Nalanda, because we are all, I would say, thoughtful people. And this thoughtfulness leads to gratitude. I mentioned gratitude is good for connections. So it is a powerful reinforcer of social connections. Why is that? Because it is the response to kindness done to us. It builds meaningful connections because when you feel grateful to people for having done good things to you, you are connected with them. You don't feel lonely. You don't feel alone. You don't feel as though nobody cares. So this gratitude immediately hooks you, binds you, connects you with other people. And even though they give you, they have done a small thing, for example, like open the door for you, you feel grateful to this person. Hey, thank you for opening the door. Immediately there is a connection. Then you look at the person, then you smile at the person, and eventually a friendship might form between you and the person who opened the door. Yeah, I have experienced that. Yeah, making friends with people who open the door for me. So gratitude is also, it has a positive impact on the receiver as well as the giver. It binds the two. It connects the two. The two feel as though they have a good connection. It creates bonds between people, satisfying our need for interdependency. Now, if you have ever lived on your own in another country, you would feel that you are not depending on others. But we do need this interdependency, that you are doing things for others, for their good, for their welfare, and others do good for you. Is that happening to you now? Yes or no? Do other people take care of you? And do you take care of other people? Then you have gratitude. Then your mind will light up. Your heart will open when you consider this. It's a good reason to be happy. And when you reflect upon it, you will become happier and happier. Because we need this interdependency. Yeah, I remember this film. I can't remember what is the name, by Tom Hanks, where he was cast away on an island. Do you know, remember that film? Uh, Cast Away, I think. Yeah. So he was all alone on this island, and the only thing that he could relate to was a basketball. So he kept talking to the basketball because there was no one else. He talked to the basketball, and he called the basketball Wilson because that was the brand on the basketball. So that clearly shows the need for interdependency. Yeah, we are human beings, so we need this. And practicing gratitude leads to better health and more fulfilling relationships. Yeah, your health will get better because there is gratitude in your heart and in your mind. It's a strange thing, but this is the case. And if you really want to follow up on this, go do your own research. Yeah, that has been done by Western scientists. They have found that people who have no reason to be grateful, they don't have gratitude in their lives, their health is not good. They keep um, um, falling sick due to infectious diseases. And so the doctors, the scientists came to the conclusion that if you practice gratitude, if you are grateful to people for what you have, your resistance will be stronger. And you will be able to resist influenza and other such diseases much better. It doesn't mean you'll be totally immune, but you can resist them much more effectively. So the gratitude is, as I said, a protection. And your other relationships, your relationships to other people will be a lot more fulfilling. It will be enriched. Because of the gratitude in one part of your life, your relationships with others, maybe even your boss, your co-workers, your colleagues, will improve because you feel gratitude to others in your family. Yeah, they have found that this is the case. Yeah, I'm not just saying it, yeah, to convince you. It has been researched. And in the Katanyu Sutta, preached by the Buddha explained that it is actually very difficult to repay the debt to our parents. You know, our parents have looked after us, have brought us up, have given us a lot of good things. So as grateful children, the Buddha said, the best way to show gratitude is to guide our parents towards walking the sublime path, which is the Noble Eightfold Path. The Buddha said, this is the only way, the best way, in fact, we can show our gratitude for their bringing us up. Open up their minds, if possible. Yeah, because sometimes our parents think they know more than us. Yeah, it's true, they do know more. But if you have understood the Dhamma and they don't, then you have to share it with them because it opens up not just one lifetime, but future lifetimes. This path to end suffering is open to them. It's a wonderful repayment scheme. Yeah, it's a way to repay back. And these are the words of Achan Sumedo. Yeah, he is very senior. Yeah. And he says, he talks about gratitude quite a lot. He's written books on Katanyu. He says, gratitude is a positive response to life. We live life. We are here living, our lives. And when we feel, we see that we are healthy, we are not incapacitated, you can come here. You can drive, you can take an LRT. If you want, you can walk here. It's reason to be grateful. There are people who want to come but cannot. Yeah, because their health does not allow for it. So therefore, being here means it is a reason to practice gratitude. In developing Katanyu, we deliberately bring into our consciousness, our mind that knows, the good things done to us in life. Gratitude also changes our perspectives on the world. How we see the world is important. So it works, I think, in this way. The negative and the positive. And when our minds are negative, we look at the world with, first of all, on the left-hand side, thoughtlessness. Yeah, I've already spoken about that. We look at the world with arrogance. We are very proud, full of ourselves. We think, I'm so great. So we cannot learn. People like that cannot learn. Also with selfishness. So gratitude does not allow, does not welcome, will not nourish or cultivate these kind of negative mind states. But gratitude does encourage the positive mind states of appreciation. When somebody do something, thank you. I'm grateful. Yeah, thank you for taking the time. Appears in your mind. And sometimes in your words as well. Thank you so much. Yeah. So this is the way we express it. There is appreciation, there is thankfulness, there is also thoughtfulness. The opposite of thoughtlessness will be brought about by gratitude. So in the Anguttara Nikaya, it is said, I haven't got the exact number of this sutta, but it is said, explained by the Buddha, endowed with four things, a good person is in heaven. It is as though you have been led and put in heaven. No need to work yourself. It's as though you have been, conveyed into heaven. And who knows, at the end of this life, if the mental state is strong, we will be born in the heaven, because we are always led by the mental state. We are led by our thoughts, which become beliefs. So whatever goes through our minds often will become our belief. That is an important thing to recognize and be mindful of. So the Buddha said, what are these four? With bodily right conduct, with verbal right conduct, with mental right conduct, we can head towards heaven. Yeah. Would you like to go to heaven? Yeah. I've been watching a lot of TV programs. And the way they depict heaven is really, really fantastic. They're very, very good. This from China, really very well done. So I appreciate their production of heaven. So the Buddha said, if you have these three right bodily conduct, verbal conduct, mental conduct, you will be heading towards heaven together also if you practice gratitude. And not just gratitude, you return the favor done towards you. Don't just, okay, take. You also give back. So our place in heaven has been reserved. Reserve sign already put there. Now in this sutta, the Buddha also said, and this is how important it is, by abandoning 5 vices, one can attain jhana, first, second, third, fourth jhana, and also the enlightenment states, phala, like the Sotapatti phala, Sakadagami phala, Anagami phala, and Arahantship. Yeah. Phala is the fruition. That means you work hard and the rewards are experienced by that person. What 5? Stinginess as to one's residence. Where you stay, you don't want people to come and stay with you. You might stay in a big house, but say, hey, I got no place, to your friend. You cannot stay with me, I got no place. Stinginess. Stinginess as to your supporters. That means you have people around you, but people ask you for help. Can your friend help me? No, 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 my friend is too busy. Don't want to talk to your friend about helping others. It's a kind of a stinginess. I don't want to let my friend help you. That is it's a vice which stops our attainment. Stinginess as to one's gains, and that one we know. Whatever we have, we don't want to share. It belongs to me. I work for it. I earned it. Why should I give to you? There are people who think like that. So very hard for them to do dana. Why should I give? This is mine. So I should enjoy it because I own it. But here is very different. Here the dana is flowing because you want to give, you want to share, and you want to help others. Stinginess as to one's status. Yes, your status. You don't want people to be associated with you because you think you're up there, you are down here. You cannot be one of my group. Yeah, very stingy. And ingratitude also. So this is the opposite. You can see all this stingy, and then ingratitude appears with the stinginess. Ingratitude, not being grateful, is a stingy state of mind. You don't want to let go and be grateful and be thankful. Yeah, and appreciate what people do for you. It is a stinginess because you hold it back. You cannot open your heart to let it out. Stingy. So don't be stingy. The first 4, you have no problem understanding. But today we concentrate on gratitude. So know that it is, if you don't practice, and you can tell this to your friends, if you don't practice gratitude, it is a form of stinginess. Then, it's important for us to understand this. Even we can want a lot of things in this life. You can never be totally satisfied. Yeah, even if you have something, you want a better version of it. But whatever you have is fine. You can appreciate eating prawns. You don't always have to have lobster. Yeah, prawns is good enough. Yeah, tasty and is reasonable. Lobster is too much. Right? So, even if I don't have what I want, I'm fortunate to have what I need. You need certain things, and you have them. It doesn't have to be top of the line. It doesn't have to be the expensive type, the best. It doesn't have to. Even a moderate car can bring you to Nalanda. Yeah, you can get into your car and it will drive you here. So be appreciative for that. That will bring up gratitude in us. We cannot have everything, but we have many things. Yeah, that's good for us. So as we move through the world, let us be grateful for the solid earth beneath our feet. We look at our life, we are walking solidly. I know some people have to work extra hard. But for the most part, you get a holiday on the Merdeka Day. There are some people, they are not so fortunate. They have to work on the Merdeka Day. Because if they don't work, they don't eat. Very unfortunate. But we are okay. Yeah, our boss said, okay, the government says take a holiday. So we are given the holiday to come and do what we want to do. So we are walking on solid earth. We are not shaky. Yeah, sometimes life is shaky, but with the friends around you, you will be put back on the solid earth. That's why we are grateful to friends and relatives, family, people who care for us. They make us walk the solid path. So we should reflect regularly. So would you like to do some reflection? Right. This reflection will take a few minutes. And we should do this regularly, because the more we reflect, as I said, it becomes thoughts, and thoughts will become belief. Regularly done. Yeah, every day if possible. Yeah, we have our reflections on anicca. You can practice that, so that when things change in our lives, we are not so much affected. But this is a reflection to build up gratitude. So here are the words. If you want, you can close your eyes, and I will read it out for you. So you can be led by my voice. If you do not, you can open your eyes and look at the words and bring it into your mind. But it is important that, first of all, you relax. Relax your body. Yeah. Let out all the tensions. And then, if you want, close your eyes, and listen to the voice. If not, look at the words and repeat the words in your mind. Now, what is important is not just repeating words. What is important is in your heart. Can you develop the quality of gratitude here? And when it is here, focus on it. There might be a little bit. It is like metta. There might be a little bit, but focus and it will grow. And when it grows, let it out. Don't hold it back. Don't be stingy with it. Share this gratitude with those around you. But you need to have it experience. You need to feel it in your heart area. This is where it will appear. The words will appear in your head, but the gratitude appears around here. Not specifically in your heart, but around your chest. If you can bring up gratitude, do so now. Think of all the good things. Think of all the people who have contributed to what you are now. So comfortable, so good looking, so healthy, so able. And that should encourage gratitude to appear. There are 2 pages. I will read it, and you can be guided by it. So relax. Yeah, you can read it for yourself if you want. Now reflect. It is not just words. You have to reflect. You have to understand, and you have to make sense of it. I am grateful for this life, which I have been born into. I am grateful to be born a human being. Sadhu. Feel the gratitude. Yeah. Again, I am grateful to have been born a human being. Be grateful that you are in this life a human being. I'm grateful to all the people who have contributed to my well-being, lifted me to where I am today. And then you say, thank you to all these people. I am grateful for the many people who love me, my family and my friends who have cared for me and given me warmth and security. Reflect on that. Bring the gratitude to your heart. Now, I'm grateful for this body that we have, the good health I enjoy, which has energetically supported my life to this stage. The good health in your body, this strength, this energy, this vigor has enabled you to do the things that you have done. So for that, I thank my body. Thank your own body. Feel grateful to your body, that you are occupying now. Thank you, body. You can go around the body, different parts, and be grateful to the different parts of your body. Then, I am grateful to have everything I now own, your possessions, what you have, which makes my life comfortable and easy. Be grateful for everything that you have, everything that you use in your life. You might not own them, but you can use it. Grateful, grateful. Recall it, bring it to your heart. We go on. I am grateful for all the experiences of my life, the easy and the hard experiences. These have made me the person I am today. Be grateful for them. Life will not always be easy, but life will teach you something. Be grateful. I am grateful to have this complete conscious mind. This mind that you have can think, can understand, can develop wisdom. I'm grateful for it, with which I seek to see that which is the truth. I use my mind to see the truth, to cultivate wisdom. Thank you, mind. You are working so well. I am grateful. I'm grateful to my teachers, worldly as well as spiritual teachers, who have loved me, taught me, and guided me along the path. Thank you, teachers. Gratitude to them. I am grateful to the Buddha. I am grateful to the Dhamma and the Sangha, who unfold the way, open the way to the end of suffering. Sadhu, sadhu. With gratitude in my heart and thoughtfulness in my mind, I aspire, I make determination to walk the sublime path of liberation, of freedom from suffering, and strive to reach the very end. Reach the end of suffering with what you have learned. Sadhu. I am very grateful. Thank you. Keep saying it. and keep feeling it and keep meaning it. You really mean it. I am very grateful. Thank you. Let this go on in your mind for a while. I thank everyone. I thank everything. I thank the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.